Pink ladies, T-birds just happen to be watchers of my shit. My name is JImmiPynk, and the category is body. So, thank you so much for coming back to join me. This is Pose Season 1, Episode 4. I apologize it's taking so long, but y'all don't even want to know. I'm not even going to get into the situation. Shorty hit the brakes too late. Let's get into this episode. I felt like this episode was very... I think this episode might have been the most cohesive episode this season. As far as there being a theme throughout the entire episode. Yes, we shied away from some things because we also got into, HIV and how important testing is. But I feel like it's being happy in your own skin was really like the ongoing theme. And with that being said, we got into a lot of the transsexual issues. So I'm going to get into it from a thematic point, because I don't claim to understand that. And as always, please comment below and let me know, especially my trans people out there, so that we have the proper information. Okay, so Candy Abundance wants to walk the body category. Now, I was feeling my oats at first, and I'm like, okay, these bitches ain't got on no clothes. I'm not about to get on camera with no clothes on. But the category was body. I'm like, all right, I guess I'll wear a bodycon dress because that's as far as I'm going. But all the girls were juicy girls like myself. And I was like, oh, okay, because this is Femme Queen. Being able to pass curves, womanly curves. And Candy Abundance comes in real thin. And I just got to say, Candy Abundance reminds me of my cousin Tamika. Like, she looks like her and everything. And I'm just like, she was making this thing about her not being able to pass. And I'm like, bitch, I know people that look just like you. But, again, it's about comfortable being in your own skin. So, Angel is there. Angel sees Candy get completely embarrassed trying to compete as a body queen. She even tries to get into it with Pray Tell. Pray Tell was not having it, honey. You have the lowest scores. 6, 6, 6, 6. Mark of the beast. Wow. Shade. But she gets embarrassed. Elektra's really trying to tell her, even though Elektra is a bitch. I do feel like Elektra does care about her kids to a certain point, and she is like, you're going to embarrass my name, but also you're going to embarrass yourself. I don't do the velvet glove. I'd rather slap you in the face with it. This category is not for you, darling. You're not serving anything. So they go to get two different types of I'm so glad the illegal silicone is coming out. So we have a doctor's assistant or a nurse who knows how to do it because she worked with the doctor that actually did it, and it's cheaper than getting the actual professional surgery, which even she's shady at $1,000. It's the right silicone, and she might know what she's doing, but she don't have everything. So she's like, oh, if it starts bleeding, put super glue on it. That don't sound right. But then they were showing the people, and they knew the people, some of the people in the pictures that they had done. And they were going to do it, but $1,000, that's not affordable. Then we get into somebody that does it illegally for 1/10 of the cost. Well, first we see, let me go through this. Film Candy comes out padded. Well, apparently in the ballroom, if you're serving body realness, we're not doing padding. You're not drag queens, you're women. So they read her for filth because she was padded, which drove her more into wanting to do this, and this is how she gets this cheaper option. She goes, she gets it done, she comes out serving body. Yes, child. 10s, 10s, 10s across the board, wins the category, and passes the fuck out. Now, this is why this is very important, because Elektra finally opened up. Elektra finally opened up. But Elektra did take her in and said, you know, fool, you don't do that. Which was so crazy to me, because then Angel seeing all of this. Was Angel not at that ball when she passed out? I'm pretty sure she was, right? And you went and got the same thing because of your insecurities. Now, I want to get into Elektra. I also want to get into Angel's storyline because there is something that I have said on almost every review of this show. And that was the fetishization of transgender women, because these men was out here, they don't want a woman, they want a chick with a dick. It's not about the person. It's about the fact that this looks like a woman. And I'm going as the man here. I'm not saying these people are not women. They are going for, this looks like a woman, but it's got a dick. In some kind of way that turns me on. And we got that fetishization in two different storylines. That's why I said I feel like this was the most cohesive episode of the season, I felt like. So they go, and I'm like, oh, hi, Christopher Milani. Okay, so that is rich sugar daddy that has been with Elektra for 10 years, taking care of Elektra's every want and need and desire, giving her money. She says, you know, I really want my reassignment surgery. And he's like, I always like that. I don't know what it is about that. But he was like, that's what I like about you, is that dick. What's your favorite part of me? That dick. Like, he made it very, very clear that it would be over if she had the reassignment surgery. And for me, that means you have no feelings towards her. That is a possession. And he said that, my prized possession. You are a thing to him. A chick with a dick. Transferring that over to the Angel storyline, where she then, which, somebody please get Angel the side bitch Bible. Can somebody please get her the side piece Bible? She needs it so bad. You don't ask about the fucking wife. Well, is your wife curvy? Don't give a fuck about her. And if you lucky, you never got to see the bitch. That is like a figment of your imagination. It's not here, boo. It's not here. You gonna be a side bitch. You gotta learn how to put that shit aside. You cannot show the insecurity towards the fucking girlfriend or the wife. You just can't. Somebody get this bitch the side bitch Bible, please. Let us turn to Thottery chapter 2, passages 3 through 6. When you are in bed with the man and you are the side piece, you do not ask him about his wife in any shape, way, form, or fashion, because it will make you feel like a piece of shit. Especially if he goes ahead and answers, because if he even gives two fucks about you, he's going to say, I don't want to talk about her. And eventually one day it's going to be a day that comes that when he does get close to you, he's going to feel comfortable talking to you about her, and it's going to make you feel even more like shit. Because you're like, I really don't even want to hear this shit. But shit, this is my position. This is who you've been to. Okay, so after we've done with that passage. But then she gets insecure. She's like, you haven't been getting hard lately, and you're it's because you want me to be more curvy. You want me to look more like a woman. Would you feel different? And he's like, she's like, well, would you treat me differently if I got it? This and and that one day you wasn't hard and you started touching on my dick and then you got hard. And then she like, no, I want to know the truth. And he tells the story about how he goes into this porno shop. He had the same Playboy since he was 14 years old. He wanted something different. He saw a Chicks with Dicks magazine. And he said he was confused, but also he was starting to get a little bit hard. And she said, well, I'm just an experiment to you. That's a fetish. Chicks with dicks. That shit ran concurrent. And it's just so obvious that Angel is going to die from something. Because you can just see this girl pass out and you hear what Elektra said because of the antibiotics I procured for you. Angel goes at the end of the episode and goes to the lady to get her body pumped. And I'm like, why? And they are right because she is the most passable out of all of them. I'm like, why? Because you think that's going to keep that man because you fucked around and fell in love with a John. See, Elektra ain't in love with that man. Elektra is in love with her lifestyle. But at the end of the day, that is what she wants, and she is willing to give all of that up to have her reassignment surgery. And can we talk about when the House of Eleganza came in walking body femme queen. Bitch, that bitch sickening. And like I was questioning, and I'm like, then I remembered I was like, no, Ryan Murphy was very, very specific that anybody that is playing trans on the show is actually trans. So I was just like, oh, that bitch is sickening, whoever got her work. What? All day ain't nobody did say shit to me. Y'all want to wait till I'm motherfucking recording. I love y'all on Twitter, but goddamn. Anywho. But that bitch was fierce, and then like they had the conversation. We actually got to see Elektra not being a bitch, and when her and Candy was there, and she was like, you don't understand because you look like that and this and this and this. I hate what I see when I look in the mirror. And we had already seen Elektra's mirror moment where she was tucking back. She doesn't like herself when she looks in the mirror either because she sees her penis. She doesn't want it. And she is willing to give up all that financial stability and high-class living to have her reassignment surgery. That was deep. And also, we also had the conversation. And please, transgender people, especially trans male to female, let me know, because I felt like that was also brought up. Whereas both Elektra and Angel were uncomfortable with the men dealing with their penis. And in both cases, it was, and I think that's what it was trying to display. And again, I don't know, so I'm asking you guys for help. It seemed like that was to display the difference between these men looking at them as a fetish, like a chick with a dick, and these women who feel like they are women. So, therefore, for you to play with their dick, a part of them that they do not want, or they feel like they are the wrong gender, and that is, let's face it, the main thing that society looks at to determine gender is your genitalia. We had Elektra like, well, you haven't been paying attention to that at all anyway, so why did you care if it's gone? And she's like, and he says, well, that made you uncomfortable. You didn't really like that, so I stopped doing that. Angel, Stan was like, well, I got turned on because that was turning you on. I thought you liked it. And then Angel like snaps and was like, I hate that. And that's got to be a difficult feeling. I'm taking myself personally, and again, I don't know. And that's why it's kind of uncomfortable for me to speak on it, because I do feel like I'm unknowledgeable. But as a cisgender, straight female, and if I have intercourse with a man, like I know if I touch his penis, if I stroke it, if I put my mouth on it, how great that feels. And vice versa with me. So the psychology of you are so committed to being the gender that is not associated with that you don't even want it touched. And I feel like that is kind of denying yourself some kind of pleasure. Again, I don't understand. So that is a real conundrum. And I feel like that was showcased for a reason. So it brought that up for me. I'm sure it brought it up for other viewers too, and for people in the trans community, they probably were able to relate to it. I think I talked enough about the fetishism of trans women, and just being comfortable in your own body and what people are willing to go through to look more like the gender that they feel like they are. And just the leaps and bounds, the illegal injections to have more feminine body. Somebody that you've been with for 10 years that has been paying your way, and you are probably living, quite honestly, your best life for the time in which you were able to do, where you don't got to work at anything and you're basically just a kept woman. But if you decide to have your reassignment surgery, all that is out the window. The lengths that these people are going through to live their lives the way they want to live their lives. And I feel like that was also a common theme. Let's get into the HIV portion. Where Damon gets sick, and Damon does actually have the flu. He actually just is sick. But Blanca, knowing the signs, feels like, you know, and he lies to her and says, well, we always use condom. One time it came off, and he snaps at Ricky, and he's freaking out, and he wants to dance in this recital the teacher allows him to do. And Blanca is like, no, they all have to get tested. All my boys have to get tested. Freytail's like, I stopped getting tested because, like, it's going to come for all of us anyway, and I just, you know, I've seen too many people. Now, when they all get tested, this is a TV show. A TV show that's based in reality. So I'm like, there's no way all 4 of them are going to come back negative. I already knew. I was pretty sure Damon was not going to be diagnosed because I feel like Damon is more our avatar than anybody else. What I mean by that is he's going to be the person that continues the legacy out of everybody. So I feel like he's always going to be okay. He's not really ever going to be the cautionary tale. He's always going to have the close call. I really thought it was going to be Lil Poppy, because they brought something to us with Lil Poppy that has not been brought up into the show yet. Lil Poppy is straight. Or at least pansexual, because he said he was equal opportunity. But it seems like to me more so that because, you know, they are street kids, that he's more gay for pay. Like he said, he's like, well, when I was hard up for money, I had to have, I did let guys suck my dick. Pay me to suck my dick. But, like, I was like, oh, okay, well, I did not know we had a straight character, or at least a more straight-leaning character, on the show in the houses. So, that was great to see. But I thought for sure, because we are making the point about, LGBTQIA issues and how they were feeling like it was the gay plague, and they didn't even want to let people get insured if they got that. They didn't want insurance or nothing to do with that. The drugs was making people sick because they wasn't properly testing and stuff because they didn't care because it was the gay plague. I thought for sure that was the perfect time to introduce the fact, okay, but straight people get this disease too, and they would have had the straight guy end up being HIV positive. That's what I thought. Also because he was doing things like being gay for pay, or he really liked women or guys that are on the down low, because that's really how it started spreading to everybody, because initially it was a majority of gay people that had it, or drug addicts. Initially, that was the majority of people that had it. It started getting to straight people because if you had it and you were somebody like, say, for example, Stan. You straight, you got a wife, you good, and you really don't know what you are, but you messing with this transgender female that might have a virus, and now you got it, you just spread it to your wife, or maybe you even had a girlfriend, or maybe you somebody more like James Vanderbeek's character, where, yeah, you married and everything, but you fucking a little bit of everything. Or people that are straight up just DL, like they was cruising and going to go get prostitutes to get their dick sucked, but then was going back living life like they was straight and still hitting females raw. So that's, that's where we're at right now. And I thought for sure that would have been the perfect time to introduce, but you can be straight and get it too. I thought that was going to be the perfect time to introduce it, but unfortunately it is Pray Tale that ends up being the one who is positive. So he does eventually tell Blanca after he lied to the boys, and Blanca was going to be mad at first, and she was like, well, shit, I'm not telling nobody I'm HIV positive either. So that moment was the moment that brought me to tears this episode. Like, I was crying when they were having their conversation. Like, he like, I don't want to die yet, and she like, I don't either. It was just a lot. And then at the end of the video, I was like, come on, swing out, sister, break out. Ryan Murphy be good with that music, though, don't he? And everybody is kind of getting what they want and deciding to break out. Electra signs her papers. Yes, I'm going to go ahead and get my reassignment surgery. Angel is in the bargain basement surgery lady, which that lady looks crazy. I looked at her face and said, oh, fuck you, I ain't getting no work done by you. Did you do yourself? Nah, fuck that bitch. Fuck that. But desperation trying to be what you want to be, and that was what the ending was. Damon fought to get in that showcase that he really wasn't supposed to be in, but he killed it. His family was there. Angel was getting her implants. Electra signed to get her stuff, so everybody was breaking out trying to live their life. And I love just the subtle nuance of when the teacher said that Damon could dance and said, well, we'll see what your audience think. And then after he get done dancing, cut to his audience with his house, his family, right there, center stage, standing up, standing ovation for him, screaming. Blanca, as always, being the typical black or Latino mama in a nice, classy place, like, that's my baby! That's my baby! And it was just fabulous. So I'm very much enjoying Pose so much. I know the ratings are kind of trash. We only got 8 episodes. I hope that Fox lets us go through this, and I hope that Ryan Murphy signed a slick enough deal that he can bring this over to Netflix, because I think it would do better on Netflix. I mean, y'all already letting them drop F-bombs and everything else. I think it would do better on Netflix because I think a lot more people will watch it. Also, it's just a rough time slot. You already have established shows at that time. People have to work. I don't particularly think Sunday at 10 o'clock was the best slot for this show. Or Sunday at 9 o'clock was the best slot for this show. And how is they getting away with letting them drop F-bombs like that at 9 and not 10? But anyway, I hope this carries over to Netflix, because I don't think FX is going to air. I don't think it's going to get a second season, because apparently it's doing very poor in the ratings. But everybody, and I understand that the circles I run in and the stuff that I watch on YouTube and things are a lot of LGBTQ people, which of course they're all watching it, especially the ones of color, they're all watching it. But like, Claws don't even be trending when I be live tweeting Claws. Pose is. So I'm like, well, how bad is it doing in the ratings? Because it seems like everybody is talking about it, so I don't know. With that being said, I would like to thank each and every one of you for watching this with me. To my patrons, as always, I appreciate you guys so very much, as well as those who donated to my PayPal. I'm sorry I'm not getting screens and stuff updated, and I'm not getting thank yous out. It's just been very, very hectic, and it's continuing to be hectic. Hopefully by about July 1st, I can get everything back in order and get back to where I once belonged. To my pink ladies and T-birds, thank you very much. I just want to remind everybody one more time, in case you don't watch all of my reviews, that I have hit 1 million views officially on my channel. So that is because of you guys, and thank you as well. And if you're not a pink lady or T-bird, that just means you're not a member of my house, which is the House of Grease. And you can just do that simply by clicking on Sailor Jimmy at the end of this video, or you can click on down below. But if you do that, you might want to go ahead and pound an alarm, hit the notification bell so you know when the rest of my Pose reviews, as well as other shows that I review, is up. And of course, the Drag Race finale, we're going to be here for that, aren't we, girls? So thank you so much for watching. Keep it greasy. Deuces.
Kamehameha attackers blazing, I'm so amazing. Japanimation, the anime on your cartoon station. So fulfilling, no adults swimming for about an hour. Revealing power, unorthodox amongst these cowards. Full transformation for Optimus Prime transformation. A good vibration from